Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with the C.Crane CC Skywave SSB 2. This is an AM FM stereo, weather alert, airband, shortwave with single sideband portable radio. The prices fluctuate anywhere from between $179 to $199. Check with C.Crane.com for current pricing. Here's the box. Pretty fancy. C.Crane CC Skywave SSB 2. Picture of it there. Oh yeah, looking nice. C.Crane.com there. There we go. We got what's in the box. I like this new adapter they give you. It's really neat. You can build your own antenna. They got a spot for a ground and then the antenna lead. Yeah, that's really cool. And then going back here, we got some finer features. Yep. Like a mini scanner built into it. Loving it. Got fine tuning a single sideband with extra bandwidths when you're on single sideband. Yeah, very cool. And then we have some information here. Uses DSP technology. You got your standard memory presets. It runs on AA batteries. That's a big one. 1 year limited warranty, and they're based right out of California. You call that number, and you'll get a human. It's a beautiful thing. All right, and then of course, copyright and serial number. Cool. All right. So take everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. So of course we get the star of the show. Single sideband too. Nice. Just gonna set it out to the corner because we got extra stuff. Get a carrying case, which is really nice. Now this comes with the Skywaves and the Skywave SSB 2. We get the real antenna. This is really cool. I like these. No pun intended. Clips to the antenna mast on this one. But yeah, this works on almost any radio it can fit on. And you can string it out 23 feet. There you go. You got your CC buds. These are excellent headphones, by the way. You know, inclusion with the radio is fantastic, and they are functional, which I like. I've reviewed a lot of radios where the headphones are subpar. These are way above par, so expect some good listening with those. Here's an adapter I was telling you about. It's a mono jack that goes into the radio, and then it has a spot for 2 leads. We can attach a wire and a ground wire. So you got an aerial and a ground, and you can string it out to 100 feet or wherever you have property for. You can get some amazing reception on a shortwave with that. So cool that they include that. You can also find these separately for sale. All right, let's go aside, and we have some documentation. Get a warranty registration card, fill it out. Call them or send it in. I don't know how this. Yeah, I think you send it in. There you go. It's like a postcard setup. There you are. So you get your warranty. Your 1 year. All right, cool. And then the manual. Now the manual has a lot going on here, so I'll probably do a video where I just flip through the manual page by page, so you can kind of get an idea. Well, actually, this is kind of a cool one. You could freeze frame that. Cool. And some more freeze frame there. Okay. But there's just a few items I wanted to touch on. We'll just flip this real quick. Trying to make you dizzy there, but not use lithium batteries as a thing. Okay. So there is the display. A lot going on with it, but not too much. Just enough to be informed of what your radio is doing. But I wanted to just kind of flip through here pretty quick. Oh, this is a good one. People have asked this a lot. So if you're looking for single sideband voice transmissions, this is how you do it. Freeze frame that and freeze frame that. Those are frequencies you can try. They're ham bands, so amateur bands where you'll pick up a lot of activity. All right, so they're going to talk about buttons, which we're going to do. I just wanted to go to quickly, just I think show the basic stuff. Yeah, I think we're just going to try to get to the specs page. That's fun. Bandwidth. A lot of this stuff I'll just cover. So let's just get to the tech stuff. Because that I don't have written down. There's an aerial in action. Cool. I like that they did that. Nice. Alright, and then they got some hidden features here, which I'll cover as well. And getting to the last, here we are, specifications at the back. So you can see the band coverages. If you see there's an expanded FM mode, 76 to 108. So if you're traveling, you have access to that, as well as the AM band being changeable to 9 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz. Full coverage shortwave, full coverage airband, all 7 weather band channels, of course, because this is a weather alert radio. Of course, your 2 AA battery use, power consumption. There you go. Typical about 65 hours of runtime. And your size of your speaker, dimensions, and again, we'll go over that. So that's what I wanted to show you. All right, great. We're done with all the paperwork. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. The radio, we're going to have some fun. We're going to demo this. We're going to go through the bands here we can hear. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun tonight. So let's go ahead. I say tonight because I'm filming this at 11:36 p.m. Let's go ahead and zoom it on down a little bit. There we go. Cool. So dimensions, 5 inches in length, 3 inches in height, and 1¼ inch in depth, front to back. Size comparison, we have its little baby brother here, CC pocket. We'll bring this back up for the size comparison so you get an idea. Yeah, CC pocket in the house. Now I like the pocket. This is a nice little weather alert radio too. AM FM stereo headset radio pretty much. It does have a speaker too as well, but really nice. Hot presets in the front. Yeah. And then of course we have the regular Skywave, which I wanted to bring out. The reason why I bring this one out is it's still a viable option as well. Saves you some money, about half the price of one of these. You don't get your single sideband, but you get quite a bit. I do like the raised buttons of the single sideband. So you can see here, looking nice. All right, but they did improve the Skywave to Skywave 2 now, which has similar inputs as the single sideband. All right, and then if you don't have those radios, we always have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves shortwave radios made in California land by C.Crane, man. Awesome. You get the idea. Very cool. All right. There's our size comparison out of the way. Let's go ahead and zoom it on down. We'll talk about features of this radio. This is the part where it's going to get a bit tedious, so if this is too much for you, just skip ahead to where I start demoing the radio. Get the audio going. So I guess I'll go even further down. All right, up close and personal to this bad boy. All right. So we're going to go over all the features of this radio. So left-hand side, we have the carry lanyard. We have the antenna input. So you can hook up a long wire to here, that adapter they give you, or you can get an aftermarket wire that plugs right in. And this is used for FM, shortwave, airband, weather. I noticed quite an improvement using it for FM. I was impressed. There's your headphone jack for FM stereo listening. That sounds fantastic. Now, when this radio first came out, it had issues with a hissing speaker, hissing on the headphones, clicking and popping on the headphones when you would change the bands, when you would do anything browsing-wise. That's eliminated. And that was eliminated since the middle of 2023. So just so you know, this radio has been updated for quite a while now. This video is being made in March of 2025. So there you are. So yeah, cool. Experience on the headphones, I like to talk about it. Using the CC buds, expect no low-level hiss. I couldn't pick up any, which is fantastic. Again, I mentioned no clicks or pops when browsing or changing bands. FM, moderate lows, which sounds good. Strong mids and moderate highs. Very enjoyable sound. Again, FM stereo sounds great. Weather, shortwave AM, expect a nice neutral tone, and airband had a slightly brighter tone to it. Down here we have a micro USB input for charging the nickel metal hydrides if you install them, or also if you're running it directly from an AC adapter, which they do sell on C.Crane.com. And they may also have it on Amazon too as well. Going to the front of the radio, a lot going on here. We have our 1.5-inch speaker. It's rather on the lighter side, of course, but that's to be expected from a smaller speaker. So yeah, that's something you're going to have to watch for. But otherwise, it's enjoyable for me. It's got this like rubber ring around it. It's kind of cool. C.Crane. So maybe they got some cool design elements to it. Over here, we got their title, Skywave SSB 2. We have a nice high contrast display. Hit the light button there. Turns it on for 20 seconds. That's nice. Battery life. Our current time. Now you can change the time from 12-hour to 24-hour with this button right here. You can see it's marked above there. Just press and hold. And you can change it with the power off. Now we're in 24-hour mode. A lot of purists like 24-hour. I tend to like the AM PM for most of my viewers. There you go. So going over buttons, here we go. So over here, we'll start on the side. We got the power button, sleep function. I believe it's like 120, 90-minute, 60-minute. 30 minutes. So when you're turning the radio on, you press and hold, and it'll cycle those time limits. Let go on your desired one. Down below here, we have the AM/FM band button with the weather alert attached. You can start weather alert when the radio's off. Just press and hold, and you can pick a time by continuing to hold it, and it'll set the alert to run that amount of time. It'll be flashing alert, and then it'll flash the display on and off to let you know that your radio is active. Right now, it's running like the radio is turned on, just so you know, when it's in this mode. So you are using quite a bit of battery, so don't leave it in this mode too long, unless you need to. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just turn that mode off by pressing and holding again. It should turn off. There we go. So going over here, we have some dedicated buttons. We have a weather shortwave airband button. Below it, we have a single sideband button. So if you're on shortwave and you hear some ham activity, hit this button so you can start decoding it. Above it was that 12 and 24 hour I mentioned. Down here we have USB and LSB. That means upper sideband, lower sideband. So depending on where you're at in the shortwave band, you'll pick upper sideband, typically above 10 megahertz, and you'll pick lower sideband when you're under 10 megahertz. That fits most scenarios. Above it says time set, very basic. Just press and hold this and it'll set the time. Over here we have fine tuning. So when you find that ham with the single sideband mode engaged, you can fine tune him if he doesn't sound quite right by engaging the fine tuning mode, which is 10 hertz steps. It's very fine tuning. Above it's the alarm set feature. Set your alarm to your desired wake to radio or wake to alarm by hitting this button while you're setting the alarm. So number 5 has this little symbol with the speaker, and then we have a bell. So when the speaker icon's lit up on the screen next to the alarm, that means it's going to wake up to radio. If it just says alarm, it's going to wake up to the buzzer. Very nice. Then we got a numeric keypad for direct entering frequencies. We got hidden features. If you press and hold 1, it shows our firmware, so we'll do that. Give you an idea. Single sideband 7. So my firmware is 7. 3 enables and disables beeps. So if you press and hold this, turns the beep on, which I'm not a fan of, so we'll turn it off. Okay, we turned it off, believe it or not. Over here, 4, this lets us change from frequency to clock. So if I press and hold this, a C will appear. And that means when I turn the radio on, it'll show the frequency for a little bit, then it goes to clock. It shows the clock all the time. So people like that. I'm not a fan. Most people like frequency. So we're going to press 4 again until the F appears. And now that lets us know when we turn the radio on, it'll always be on frequency. If we want to see the clock, we'll tap the lock button. I'll talk about that in a second. Very cool feature. Mentioned 5. So yeah, we got all that stuff, and that's it pretty much for the numeric keypad. Except for 0, you can see we got 9 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz stepping, and when you have it set at 9 kilohertz, you access that expanded FM band of 76 to 108. Here we have the bandwidth control, which has quite a few bandwidths to it. You have 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1 kilohertz on AM, shortwave, and airband. And when you're in single sideband mode, you have 4, 3, 2.2, 1.2, 1 kilohertz, and 500 hertz. So that's really nice. You can really get down there on single sideband. Glad to have that. Of course, you can initiate charge. If you have nickel metal hydrides in here and you have your USB adapter attached, press that once and it'll start charging the batteries for a minimum of 10 hours or until they're charged. We have a meter band button, the FM stereo toggle. This meter band button is very interesting. You can use this to toggle standard shortwave bands and ham bands if you're in this single sideband mode. I thought that was handy. And then a meter band button, if you press and hold it for 3 seconds while in the segment, it'll automatically just scan within that segmented area instead of the entire shortwave band. Also, a feature that's great to know. Frequency button to change, you hit frequency and desired number and automatically go to that frequency. Below it, we have a page function. You got 400 presets. You get 100 presets per band. So you get 100 on AM, 100 on FM, and 100 on airband, and 100 on shortwave. It's pretty neat, and you can structure it in pages. So you have 10 pages of 10 presets per band, giving you that 100 per band. So you hit page and your desired page number to switch pages. It's really nice. So page, and then hit 1, and then it could be your favorite stations. Page 2 could be your favorite evening, page 3 could be your favorite daytime, and so forth. Below it's the light button. Hit that for that 20 seconds of light. If you press and hold it, you're going to access the ATS function, which is called the automatic tuning system. That will search the entire band and save any stations it finds to the pages. Now, it probably will overwrite what you have saved, so keep that in mind. Lock button locks the radio out, so you just press and hold this, and you'll get the key symbol saying, I won't do anything. Okay, that's good. It won't turn on in my pocket. That's good. Also, the lock button allows you to, if you just quickly tap it while the radio is on, it takes you to the clock mode. And you can click it again to take you back to frequency. Or you can wait 10 seconds. Nice. We're almost through the buttons here. We'll turn this on. Just bear with me. It's a pretty informative video. We have incremental up and down. So you can just tap these to go up and down the frequency. You can press and let go to seek, browse, up and down. And of course, if you want to continuous tune, press and hold to get to the part of the band you want. Now, it will not stop until you let go. Very handy. So you can skip over stations that are strong. It will not stop. Inexpensive radios tend to stop, and we know that. Also, when you're in your airband and you want to do the scanner mode, you take and you simultaneously press both buttons, and it'll start scanning the airband. And we'll try to demo that. That's really neat. So you have a 10-channel scanner. Go to the right-hand side of the radio. We got a volume control. We have our tuning knob. So you can tune the radio like this as well. You don't have to use those buttons on the front. And this has a fast, slow. So there's a button where you push in. And it lets you change the fast speed to slow tuning. Slow tuning typically is 1 kilohertz, like on medium wave and shortwave, which is nice when you're trying to tune in ham radio, or you're trying to get close to a station on medium wave where it's maybe getting swamped by a stronger station next to it. So that's a very handy feature to have. Also, this controls your squelch on the airband. Go to the top of the radio, we have our antenna here, which is 21.5 inches extended. And of course, it pivots around here and does clear the case, as you can see there. Very nice to have that 360 swivel. Put that back in, please. All right, and then go to the back of the radio real quick. Kickout stand has our frequency information, as mentioned in the book. You flip this up, it has quick little information about using the bandwidth. Typically 3 is good, 4 is nice. I do like having 4 as well. And of course, strong noise filtering. If you're looking for DXing, you want to use that, so it helps. Instructions on what the knob does, like I mentioned to you. Nice. And then in here, we have our battery compartment, which I'll open up to show you. A little foam on the back there. It comes off, so be careful, don't lose your battery door. 2 AA batteries go inside. I'm using alkalines right now. And then, of course, it says do not use lithium. Those are those lithium ones that are like 1.7 volts. And, of course, your 14500s you do not want to put in here. So just keep that in mind. Plus, you can use nickel metal hydride. So right now, I'm just using alkalines. And then to put this back down, to recommend putting this on a soft surface. It will save your clock and alarm settings if you take the batteries out and put the new ones in within 30 seconds. They say it took them 15 seconds doing it slowly, so don't feel rushed. Also, if you leave them out too long, you just have to reset the clock and the alarm. All your presets are saved permanently. They don't get wiped out if the battery's been removed for a while. Good to know. All right. And the bottom, we have a reset hole. Yay. Okay, let's turn this on. We're going to demo some music for about a minute, and then we're going to talk about FM, and we're going to go through all the bands. So let's go ahead and turn the radio on. So here we go. We got some Radio Todderbert going. Or it was going. Let's go ahead and make sure it's engaged. There we go. It's nice and quiet. Very good. Okay, great. So yeah, I just wanted to demo real fast on that. So yeah, the FM, what you heard was coming from a C.Crane FM transmitter. You can pick these up. You can see it kind of moving. I'm trying to get all these wires attached. It's broadcasting on 97.7, and I have a little MP3 player with royalty-free music that you were hearing, and I was changing it. So yeah, that's how I get music onto the devices. So you can demo the music. Yeah, it works out pretty good. So we're going to turn those off. It doesn't interfere with our band scans today. So let's go ahead. We'll do an FM band scan, and then we'll do some others, and we'll see if we can find some transmissions. Let me just dust this off here. All right, so let's go ahead and hook up a wire. Now, this is nice. If you live in an area like me, I'm in a subfloor basement, you need a little extra reach, take your real antenna and hook it to your antenna mast. I have something else set up right now, but they do give you this real antenna, which is, I love having this. And you just string it up to your blinds. You don't have to go outside with it, but you can go outside with it as well. And it's about 20, like I said, 22, 23 feet. And it gets you that extra reach that you need. And it works like an FM and everything else. So it doesn't have to be used on this jack if you don't want to, but you can as well if you buy other adapters. So let's go ahead and just hook this up here to this antenna mast. All right, great. So let's see. Okay, so we're on preset 1. Okay, so it's page 1, channel 1. See, did you see that? This is a real simple thing. I actually wanted to show you how to do presets, but let's navigate the FM band first. So we're going to go hit, I think, 2. Okay. Let's go to the bottom. So we got a cool music station here, and it doesn't quite tune in because it's a low power station in Chicago. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, USA, by the way. And what you can do here is you can fine tune FM. So we're going to push the button in, and we're going to change this to slow. All right, there we go. And then we're going to tune it to right there. That sounds great. So that's a neat feature. I like having that. So, but for FM, typically you want to just go to normal mode, fast mode. Oh, I just tap it. So I'm holding it like I'm doing squelch. Okay. So I'll turn it up.
Around 41. Winds out of the northeast, 8 to 15 miles an hour. Overcast.
It starts with one. I don't know.
Only talking about the good, holy, and positive thing.
So you can use these to browse. Now you did notice it passed up 88.5 and stopped at 88.7. It's going to happen. You're going to miss some. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the scan buttons.
And I'm sure you know this already, you and your wife, you have to really safeguard that marital union that you have, that presume it's a sacrament.
So let's show you how to set a preset. Say you like the station you're listening to right now, and you're like, I love it, but I want it to be on music, so you switch it to music to kind of brighten the signal.
To get in there and create division, especially within marriage.
Okay, so it's got smart features, so it remembers music when you save the preset, which is really cool. And to save the preset, check your page. So you're going to, whoops, I hit the wrong one. Let's wait for that to time out. Should time out. I'll just type it in, 88.5. Okay. Below page, we're on page 1, preset 2. So we're going to move it to preset 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to press and hold. Flashes, and now you'll see page 1. Channel 1. So this preset's on 1 and also on 2. Or excuse me, thought it was on 2. Saved on music. This channel was saved on voice, so it remembers. Very nice. So that's how you save presets. Very simple. If you want to change pages, page, say 0. I have nothing saved on page 0, I don't think. Oh, I do. Very nice. So we'll go back to page 1. Page 1. Now we're on page 1, so we have all our presets here. There you are. Very cool. Okay.
psjs.edu and get in touch with us here. We'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention the page function also has a tone button, so you can change from music to voice by pressing and holding the page button down while the radio is on.
Hi, I'm Debbie Georgiani. Adam Bly and I invite you.
So just so you know, FM performance is amazing on this radio. I do a 5-tier method. Fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This scored a very good. It found 80 stations in my area, giving it an amazing 4-star rating and very good. And on sensitivity and selectivity, I give it very good as well. So it's finding stations, faint stations next to very strong stations. Fantastic radio on FM. That was with the whip only, no wire attached.
I fell in love with astronomy because that was...
As you can see with the display too, should go over, we have our band we're on FM, our frequency of course that you've been seeing, the fast and slow tuning, the music and voice mode, but over here we have a single strength indicator which is a 9 bar. So you have your 4 bars, 5 designated with a numeral, and then 4 more bars equals up to 9. So it's a standard 9 bar strength meter, which is really nice to have. I'm a fan of that for sure. Okay, let's turn this back up.
At a major conference, there's really...
Right out the fire. Yeah.
Stay with K-Love and stay encouraged. Es fácil que tú los contrates. Visita Indeed.com.
Okay, I can't hover on the music there. I gotta be careful. I was just like spaced out. Like, hey, I like this music. I'm just gonna hang out. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm not gonna do a full FM band scan, but you get a general idea. It sounds good. Headphones sounds fantastic. You really want to use headphones with this radio. It's pretty much built for it. Just so you know, it's use them. You'll like them, definitely. Or an external speaker of some kind. You'll definitely enjoy it. So let's go ahead and switch bands. So we're gonna go to the weather band. Here we are.
10 miles per hour in the evening, becoming southwest after midnight. Friday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy. Breezy with high.
This scored above average. I found 6 of 7 channels.
Night, mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain in the afternoon. Chance of snow in the morning. Night, then becoming partly cloudy. Saturday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy.
And of course, you can initiate alert.
Lower 30s.
Press and hold the alert button. Does the same thing I showed you with the radio off. Same with the radio on. And you can turn it back off by pressing and holding it.
Highs around 50. Chance of precipitation 70%.
Let's go check out the airband. So airband has squelch. Press and hold this in. It lets you set the threshold. Say you turn it to 3. Now you can't hear it. So, but I'm going to leave it off, I think, for the sake of the band scan. Just so we can hear something. So yeah, you have to have real strong signals. Now we're at night. Typically, you're not going to get much at night. So we're going to turn this to 0. Turn off our squelch. And then, if you want to check the time, just hit the lock button. That gives us our current time, 11:58 p.m. It's getting late. All right, cool. This might run a little longer, but that's all right. All right, let's have some fun. Let's see. We'll run the channel mode. So we're on page 1, I think. Okay, this is usually my normal active during the day, but not so much at night. We hit both buttons here. And it engages the 10-channel scanner. So if something is transmitting, comes through, it'll automatically pop up. Now, I have seen it where it misses a transmission, and you'll see a little bar, the bar jump up, the signal strength meter. You also watch that, and if that comes up and you didn't hear anything, you can manually go through the presets and find it. I've done that. So, you know, you got activity coming in. But, yeah, so, and if you have a different page of presets, just change the page to a different set of frequencies and start to scan again. So, this is really nice. I enjoy having this scanner set up. All right, go ahead and just turn that off. But yeah, you would just try to find the transmission. I think my page 0 and that stuff. Yep, well, here's pretty quiet today. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to shortwave. Oh, by the way, yeah, bandwidth. So you can control the bandwidth on airband. There you go. So you can hear it. All right, shortwave time. Yeah, so this will be cool. Whoops. One more time.
Well, Hearts. The message we're going to present to you today is the one I preached about our...
So you got your standard broadcast bands,
It'll somehow
the meter.
equip you, encourage...
That's how this is structured. This is pretty low on the... So right now I'm picking up Fort Collins, Colorado. Yeah, I believe. WWV, the time signal, on 2.5 megahertz, and I'm out of Chicago. It's about 900 miles away. Repeat the frequency again. Go to different frequency. This frequency here, 3.33 megahertz. This is the Canadian time signal. CHU. Okay, presets. What do I got? Let's change.
So I've got to bring out a couple things this morning that...
WWV on 5 megahertz. They also have it on 10, 15, and 20.
At the tone, 5 hours, 2 minutes, coordinated universal time.
Here's Cuba, about 1,700 miles away.
USA. Once again, that's Pastor Scott, 1615 South Glendale. Excited. In fact, I'm sort of over the moon with this. Praise is an element that is part of the...
WBCQ out of Maine. There you are.
What a powerful spiritual weapon it can...
Together with 3 smaller screens of 40 quadrillion each. Enjoy our TV and the immense blessing at the same time.
WRMI out of Okeechobee, Florida.
The video to your device to keep the positive...
Escape for all our tribulations. All right, I'm trying to get...
Oh, that's clear. 10 megahertz, WWV. Again, time signal, like I mentioned. Very cool. So let's see if we can find some ham activity. So what we're going to do is hit the single sideband button. This is kind of a neat thing I learned. Now it's saying upper sideband because we're on 10 megahertz. So we're going to go to lower sideband by hitting the lower sideband button. Upper sideband button. Okay, so now we're going to go to the ham bands. And the cool thing about this radio is it knows them. So we're going to hit the meter band button. And we're going to go down, probably there's 20 meters. We're going to go down to 40 meters, I think, to give it a start. Okay, it starts right here. The voice starts, I believe, at 125. So we're at 7 megahertz. Slow tune. So you can just hear some Morse code. We're slowly tuned to here. Pick up a ham radio. This is the fun part, very simple. As you can see, it's indicated here. Single sideband mode engaged, of course, by your corresponding labels. Single sideband, and we're on lower sideband mode. So solar activity can either be good or bad, just depends. So it can fluctuate. Some days may be wonderful, some days may not get any activity.
Porque me cambiaron, eso nunca pasaba, pero hace 6 años me cambiaron el contador para el net metering, porque yo tengo el sistema comercial solar, y yo creo que cuando hicieron el cambio de contador no lo sellaron bien, y voy a llamar a la ciudad para que yo haga una inspección, y si ellos me dicen lo que es, pues tendré que... Esa parte yo no lo voy a tocar porque son los contadores, no quiero problemas de que la ciudad venga y diga que yo estaba tampering o algo así. Pero voy a tener que llamar a un electricista para que le ponga el field de nuevo, porque si lo dejo así con los años me va a pudrir la caja.
I don't know what he's saying, but very cool. We got a ham, Spanish speaking. Very cool. You could spend hours. And you could save that preset too. You'd be like, just press 1 and hold it, and you've saved it. You'll remember everything. Lower sideband, everything. So you're ready to go next time around. So there you go. Now we can also hit the other ham band just to hear if there's any activity. And we'll go to medium wave, and then we'll do final thoughts on the radio.
So I had to put 2x4s in between them. And that's the kind of volume I was doing. I was in good shape.
It's a little nutty down here on 80 meters.
Tough crowd down here. You gotta be wary. Yeah, you don't want to think. Can you hear me now?
But I think the best one we ever did, Doug, was when I got started with the KL7 GKY Jack up there in Alaska. Everybody could hear Jack, and he wasn't even there.
Oh, we let a lot of people try to work it.
Yeah, they thought they did, too.
I know it. I can hear him, but have him do it again. Was you the relay man, Richard?
Yeah.
Oh, Richard could hear him all the time.
That was some kind of fun.
Yeah, there were several of us could hear him, but, you know, there were several others.
So there you go. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. As you can see, I was fine-tuning. It let me do the 10 hertz step in to get their voices correct. And, of course, yeah, we're still in single sideband mode. So let's go to AM, medium wave. It has a built-in ferrite antenna, which you don't need to have the whip antenna for or this little wire. So that's actually nice when you're traveling. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this up.
Contradictory reports, to be very fair, that Vladimir Putin might have had a lot of Ukrainians surrounded, and they were...
CFCO out of Canada. We got Nashville, Tennessee, WSM, about 500 miles or 460 miles to be exact.
That's going to be live.
F1, Formula One.
I like cars.
Local station, WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
Live golf. I know you're a big liver. Who thinks that way? I know.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
And what kind of...
And I wonder, Curtis Mayfield wrote it, 1964 on OK, and Brian requested it, and there...
Raleigh James Show on 720 WGN.
65593. Eduardo is in...
Just getting some music on Zoomer Radio out of Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
Let us know the truth on aliens and release the JFK file. That was it.
WSB Atlanta, Georgia.
Had a minute and a half playing with each. And then
So here's WABC, New York, 750 miles to the northeast.
over anything. But this time I froze.
He walked into my office in the city yesterday and introduced himself. I have a place near London Bridge, you know. He said he had some business for me to do, and he handed me some sheets.
Got some old-time radio on 780 WBBM News Radio, Chicago.
The draft of a will, eh? He said he wanted me to put it all in proper legal shape.
So the astronauts are safe, they're back. And
Toute ma vie, dans tous les secteurs de ma vie, en fait, on parlait de ça. Puis là, à un moment donné, est arrivé le jour où il fallait que j'explique à mon enfant de 3 ans que grand-papa allait devenir grand-maman.
And CJBC, Toronto, Ontario. I'm going to stop here because I'm going to do full band scans on medium wave. You guys know I love my medium wave. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off to final thoughts. Okay, so let's turn this off. Okay, so the Skywave SSB2, as you can hear, picks up quite a bit. There's more than just listening to hams chew it out. Rag chew, they call it. Chew it out. They do. It gets pretty funny when you listen to them sometimes. Definitely. So what do I like about this radio? It's compact. Yeah. Nothing getting around how small this is. I mean, there's other competition out there, but it doesn't quite run as small and feature-packed as this does. This is fantastic. Weather alert, a nice thing to have. Alert comes through, you know it's stormy outside, engage this, and you have capability to hear any alerts that are going to come through. Typically, I just leave mine play so I can listen to what's happening, but you can do what you want to do. I just like to hear the play-by-play when it's severe weather outside, for sure. What else do I like about this radio? External antenna jack. That's a nice addition to this radio. Very handy. And, of course, that adapter they give you. This is a really neat addition. If you're really into shortwave and you want to make your own antenna, it's very simple. Just buy some extra wire and you're good to go. Medium wave reception on here is great. Weather reception and FM reception, as I mentioned, is fantastic. Headphone audio, can't stress enough how good it is on this radio. Sounds fantastic. No hiss, no popping, no clicking. Just a beautiful sound to it. It's just balanced very well. AA operation, can't stress enough either. Running on standard batteries or nickel metal hydrides is fantastic. You can find AA batteries anywhere. Convenience store, a gas station. So if you need batteries for your radio, you can find them at any location. And you got 65-hour runtime, which is above average on most small radios like this. A lot of them just have those small rechargeable batteries that run out after like 15, 20 hours of use. So those are the big highlights of this radio for me. And of course, the bandwidth options, as you heard, and of course, single sideband. Hence, single sideband. Dislikes and wants. USB-C charging jack. Okay, so everybody has mentioned they really want that on a radio, and they were surprised that they went with the micro. I think they had an in-between stage. I think we're going to see USB-C in the future. C.Crane did mention, I called them on that on the phone, and they said that, yes, they're working on that in the future. I forgot to mention, too, that this have extended molded feet on the bottom, so this radio does stand rather nicely when you have it in standing mode, even without using the flip-out stand like that. So, just things I like. I forgot to mention. Let's see, what else? Medium wave support on the antenna jack. Now, the reason why I say that is because there's competition out there. I wouldn't call it extreme competition. It's out there, but this doesn't have single sideband. But this gives you an idea. People have seen this one on my channel, Jadosin. But here, you can actually tell it to use the antenna jack for medium wave antennas. That would be nice if they could do it with this radio. Then it really customizes it. If you have an old twin coil from C.Crane, you can hook it right up to the radio instead of using a little feeder bar. That's just really nice. You can hook up a a loop antenna directly to the radio. You can then spin that loop antenna instead of spinning your radio. That's a nice thing. I like having that. So that'd be a neat thing if C.Crane did that. That's one of the big things I like. So the big takeaway, this is a premium single sideband radio for the person who wants to travel light. That's the big key here, travel light. It has great reception and the headphone experience is amazing. So thumbs up all the way. It is a premium product, but you are getting what you pay for. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. 2, if you like C.Crane products and want to see more, hit subscribe to the bell icon. Get notified of future band scans, more product reviews from C.Crane. I'm definitely going to do some scans, maybe some more ham radio activity. That's fun. I enjoyed that tonight. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the single sideband. 2, is this something you think you'd pick up versus all the other options out there on the marketplace? Let me know. Definitely weigh in because this does have a lot going for it for its size. It's just very small and ready to take on the world. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.